If anyone has any questions, Swamiji is eager to answer them. Don't be shy.
Swamiji, say something about the Sanskrit language. Seems to have been born already created above all other languages.
I'm not a linguist. First, to understand that all languages are divinely, has a divine basis. So whenever you are happy, you do ha ha sound loud. When you love someone, there is labial, mama, mama. And whenever there is things of rush, etc., a lot of R's come in. So in all languages there is a common denominator, Bijaksharas, root letters. Those root letters, they go into different variations. Now in Sanskrit language, that focus is there very clear. When did it start? Who knows? But it also shows the history of language. Persian language, Sanskrit language, Zoroastrian language, Italian language, all come from the same source. Because the best of words are there in each. English, daughter. Sanskrit, duhitri. Father. Sanskrit, pitri. Padre. Veda. Spanish, la vida, life. Veda is knowledge, but knowledge is life. So if you explore, you will find similarities, amazing similarities in languages. And you can very easily also say that's accidental, it happened to be that way. But what seems like accidental has always a divine basis behind it. Now, Sanskrit language versus other languages, the idea is in India, people have been focused on spiritual movement for a long time. So therefore, great words have gone into the masses so easily, and they continue. For example, two persons meeting together, each one says, "Are you swasth?" Swasth means, are you healthy? The word swasth, if you analyze it, means, are you abiding in the self? Are you self-realized? Of course, they don't go into that difference. Or they ask, your चित्त, तुम्हारा चित्त प्रसन्न है? Is your chitta serene, free of impurities? Not only you are asking the question, you are giving the answer also. You're telling what will give you real joy, free of all impurity. And likewise, even just putting both hands together, namaste, which implies nothing is mine. Neither me nor mine, that's nama. And both, all of us are in God. The very word Upanishad means you are being asked to sit up. The way you are sitting is low down, low level rung. Sit up to the level of where you can hear the voice of sages. When you ask people to exert in their life, the Sanskrit word says udyog karo. Yoga, be busy, get involved. Busy to go upward, something that will elevate you. So the Sanskrit language, whether people understand it or not, in villages they are talking about the highest of things without knowing it. And that has a mantra effect on the mind. Therefore, India has the fortune of producing sages after sages.
Thank you, Swamiji. I think it's out of this world.
Swamiji, what's the ideal way to practice Sharanagati?
Ideal way is to practice integral yoga, all that aspects of yoga. So Sharanagati is total surrender. Total surrender means body, mind, speech. Total surrender is like a tree is growing and is going to blossom. The entire tree has to grow in harmony with nature. But whenever the idea of surrender comes in practice, you suggest to your mind that I am doing this and I am offering it to God. To make a little humor, watch that God doesn't eat it. In other words, anything that you practice has many stages. You can go on asserting, I'm surrendering, but surrender is not your words. It's just like you're going to sleep. You go on saying, I made the bed, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to sleep. The real sleep is a total surrender. There is no one even asking, I'm going to sleep. Surrender is very similar. Spiritual surrender has to come automatically. But in the meantime, you go on asserting. Okay?
Swamiji, you have spoken many times about meditation, but I have a question. When you are in meditation and you get to a point of withdrawing senses, withdrawing mind, there's no time. And time goes by. And sometimes it happens to me that when I'm like coming back, it's abrupt. And how can I control the time if that's the case? How can I don't get abruptly awake or out of the meditation?
Whatever may be the trouble, you see, everything is, success comes by practice. Think of just the idea of sleeping. You may ask a question, suppose I go to sleep. Who is going to wake me up? Of course, nowadays the easy solution, the alarm. But actual awakening comes from within you. And if you don't go to sleep with the idea that you have to wake up, nature automatically recharges you, and according to the laws of health, you wake up. Same way, going into meditation is not a problem. No problem should enter the mind. Suppose I went into the meditation and I get stuck there. That idea should not enter the mind. The idea should come just like you go to sleep and you just let nature take over. Same way you practice meditation, not with the idea it is something I have to do and it has to be done 5 minutes only, but something you are enjoying it. Let me give you another type of simile. A child is taking wonderful sweets, and the question of how quickly I can take it doesn't arise unless he is stealing. But wherever it seems like a problem, what it needs, persistence. A child goes on walking and falling. Persistence is needed. Child has to grow up. His falling is part of his growing movement. So your mind is falling into different states. It's a part of its growing process. The main point is not to become impatient. You have used and abused your mind with tremendous patience. And now suddenly you want to undo all that. That's not possible. At the same time, divine mantra and surrender to God has immense power. Moving towards light. Light has tremendous power to disperse darkness. So at the moment you have turned towards positive under a good direction, even though your movement may seem very little, simple, yet its effect is going to be immense. But not according to the expectations of the mind. Your expectation, if you are a gardener, your expectation, I'm practicing meditation. Now the flowers must like it and they should blossom. Next day they did blossom. So, oh, wonderful, my meditation is successful. That type of expectations are not, they are obstacles. You are practicing meditation, and even though you have succeeded several days, and suddenly several days you don't, no matter what you do. Leave it in divine hands. Think of your body. Body teaches you patience. Sometimes there develops a headache and it won't go away. Even with the best of doctors. The idea is trust, faith, persisting to go on doing your sadhana, and not allowing the mind to get into stress Stress because I had a stress in my meditation. Letting go, see. Sleep philosophy. You let go, then only you go to sleep. You let go your worries, the stress, then only you begin to move. The divine magnet catches you. Okay?
Thank you, Swamiji. In reference to that question about the language, about the Sanskrit, so when you recite, for us, you recite Sanskrit. Could that be why there is an energy that is very uplifting, that you can hear and hear? So I remember there was a king that said about different languages, French is for this, English is for business, so Sanskrit is for spirit?
You may say that, because Sanskrit has that culture of preserving connections between your inner feelings and the languages are all done in a very inspired way. But that doesn't mean that other languages lack it. They have their own way of holding on. And other languages have also come from a source from which Sanskrit emerged. So therefore, there is Sanskritized concept in everyone. A simple example, everywhere name is referenced by using the term sir, senor. Indian language, Shri. Shri has become modified into different forms. The meaning has changed. When you say someone sir, it's only recognizing he is great. But when you say Shri, you are giving him blessings. May Goddess Lakshmi bless the soul. So a higher meaning comes in. But every language has that possibility. Spanish language always, adios. Be with God. And many things. La campana. Campana is a Sanskrit word, vibration. La campana is the bell that gives vibration. It's just a matter of making research. There are countless Sanskrit words floating in all other languages.
Energy is released.
A language means you are touching the Vijakshara, certain centers. Say, for example, a person who is writing poetry, his feeling is very broad, heart-based. His language will bring out more vowels, because there is a scientific connection between you, how you experience and how you express. If that is studied, then you come to the science of Vijaksharas. All things come from A and Ma, Om. Two are the terminals, A, and M. Amen, Amin are variations of that, from Alpha to Omega. And again, another point, when mantras have been brought out by sages like medicines, once a medicine has come to be used, and it has been helping countless people for a long time, it gains a special potency. So therefore Sanskrit mantras have gained a special psychic potency which you cannot get from any other mantra or any word. Say, for example, say Om, Om, Om. Another one says, what's the harm doing tong, tong, tong? Tong, tong will also give some focus of the mind. But Om is giving you a profound focus, even though you don't know it. Because it has been come down through millions of minds. Okay. Message.
Just very brief, a reminder that the July 4th weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 5th,